Hey guys, how you doing? Gavin Timms with REI Network. Welcome back for another episode. Just before we get going, if you haven't done already, if you want 1,000 free records from Batch, go to batchleads.io/Gavin, batchleads.io/Gavin. You're going to get 1,000 free records. You can skip trace in there. You can start list stacking, which is going to save you a ton of money. So if you haven't already, like I said, go to batchleads.io/Gavin. And make sure you get them records. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is seeking opportunity. This business is all about opportunities, okay? Now, a lot of you are going to be trying to do things virtual in your backyard from maybe outside of the country, trying to invest into the United States, okay? And what it comes down to is networking, right? REI Network was because I believe that it's all about networking, right? And relationships. Who you know, not what you know. So getting yourself in position to create opportunities in a win-win, okay? So it works for everyone, collaboration to get things done, right? And that's kind of what I've done throughout my real estate career is exactly that, seeking opportunity. And if you can do that, you can be successful, because what you're looking for is that you need to find something that someone has that you need, and then vice versa that they need, to make it a win-win. So I'm going to give you a few examples here of what I'm talking about. So we just did a deal in Maui, okay? Maui, Hawaii, we did a flip. Now, obviously I'm a virtual wholesaler, right? I believe that I can find properties in any market in the United States at a discounted price by working the system that I always talk about, okay? Marketing, talking to sellers, making offers, following up, getting that done, okay, getting contracts and getting things moved. So for instance, when we went to Maui, and I'm going to be bringing out a case study for this, okay, and if you want to get in on that, you need to go to reinetwork.com/Maui. It's going to be free. It's not ready yet because I haven't done it, but I am going to be working on it, and I'm going to show you how I found this deal, and I'm going to go and talk about the whole deal so you can see how we nearly enough done $500,000 on a flip in Maui from me over here, okay, and what that takes. But for instance, when we were me and my wife visited Maui a few years ago, and we met, her uncle lives out there, and then we met. He said, hey, I want you to introduce you to a couple of friends. He's an investor. He does some flips in Maui. Okay, no problem. So we go out for dinner. He knows absolutely nothing about me. And the conversation just starts. Well, what do you do? And at the time, he just spent about $28,000 on a program. And as we're talking, the pretty much teaching him to do driving for dollars. Okay. So I'm like, oh, have you done this marketing? Have you done that? And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, no. I said, well, that's what I do. You know, I find discounted properties. I work in these areas. And he's like, would you do it here in Maui? And I'm like, no, it's like super competitive. It's not worth it for me, you know, to do that. Anyway, the conversation then starts to roll, right? And this is now when the opportunities happen, because it's like, no, I don't want to do that. And he's like, but I really want you to do it. Well, how can we work together? So when you look at this Maui deal as a wholesaler, right, my job is to get it as deep as possible, right? Get the wholesale deal, the property as low as I can, and sell it for as high as I can, right? To make the biggest spread. That's what everyone tries to do in an ideal world. Now, with that deal, that he's the only one that wants to buy it, he wants to buy it as low as possible. So we're kind of working against each other. Me to get it as low as possible, but then him to buy it from me low as possible isn't going to make any sense, right? So I explained this to him. It isn't going to work because my job is to get it high, like to the highest bidder, and you're not going to want to do that because you want the cheapest price. It isn't going to work. And he said, okay, I understand that. So then after, again, conversations, well, what if we worked it together? What if I found all the, what if I found the deal, you flip the deal, and then we'll split profits? Obviously not 50-50, but we'll come up with a split that we find is fair to be able to do it, okay? And he's like, yeah, I think that'll work, because now we've created a win-win, because now we're working together to achieve the same goal. Right? And that is about creating that opportunity. No one teaches that. It just developed through relationships, networking, okay? To then go, yeah, this is a win-win. Okay, well, let's try it. And that's what we did. And that goes the same with all my other markets. How can I provide value to you? And can you provide value to me? And if we can come together and you have half the puzzle and I have the other half, then it will match and we'll be able to do business. I did the same in Alabama. I did the same in Florida, okay? By me running the systems and the marketing, okay, and kind of the operation side, and then someone else working the part that I need, someone being on the phone, okay, locking up the deals, moving them to cash buyers, and that's another one of my models that I do, okay, and that's how I remove then my time from the business, so I'm working 100% on the business, not in it, and then that's why I'm able to be able to grow in multiple markets, looking at high view, trying to change things and make things better, do more volume in there, and try and grow that business, okay? So you've got to be thinking, not when you're having these discussions with wholesalers and investors, don't just think, how can I win? It's got to be about them. If you can get them to win and you're on the same page, collaboration is going to work. All right. So I have a lot of students that I teach to go virtual that are working 9 till 5s with a partner on the ground that they can feed a system to. And then the person on the ground needs the leads and the consistency to be able to close more deals. And then you both make more money. Does that make sense? So if you can get that in, now you've not got the excuse of, well, I've got a family and I've got a job and I can't make this real estate work. You can't make it work for the way that you're trying to make it work, right? Because you're trying to do everything yourself. But if you go and find them opportunities by creating them, right? No one's going to knock on your door or give you a phone call and give you this opportunity. You can't afford to wait for that. You need to go and create it. As you know, I work with Joe. Do a lot of coaching stuff with him. We've worked together over 5 years. There's another prime example. We were in Spain and I created the opportunity through something that I felt that he needed. And if I could fill that gap, it would work because what he was doing was good. But if I could then strengthen it by bringing a solution to what he needed, I knew then we could build that relationship. Okay. And that's what we did. So I created the opportunity. He didn't come to me and say, yeah, this is what we need to, can you do this for me? No, I said, hey, I think I can do this. I think this could happen. What do you think? And he's like, well, yeah, I like that. How are we going to work out the splits? And I even said, I don't know. I'm going to do it for nothing for 3 weeks. If I can bring value, then we'll talk about it because then it gives me a better and him, both of us, a better understanding on how that split should work according to what I'm bringing to the table at that time. Where when it's brand new, we don't know. So sometimes you have to take them hits. Maui's another example, right? I'll prove that I can do this and I'll take a lower percentage, but then on the next deal, I want higher. And I've already negotiated that up front by saying, look what I can find and other people can't through the systems that I have, the consistency that I have to be able to do deals. And that's what I want you to take from this podcast is that you need to start creating opportunities and not sitting on the sideline waiting for something to happen because you're going to be waiting there a long time. You need to seek opportunity, see flaws and gaps that you can help in, go and give the value and then work, right? I can talk all I want. I can talk a good game, right? I can get myself into these situations of I can do this and I can do that. Now it's time to deliver. So once you've done the talk, now you've got to deliver on what you're saying. If you can deliver on what you've said, then you're going to have a relationship for life. Did the same again in Alabama with Melissa, the same thing. I saw something in her with the follow-up of one comment. All I asked was, what are you going to do? And the seller said, no. She said, I'm going to keep calling until they say yes. Bingo, you understand the business. So I want to contact you and create an opportunity. Hey, Melissa, I've been thinking about something. What if we did this? If you didn't have to focus on any of this stuff and I did, and you could just focus on what you're good at, do you feel we could do more business? And she's like, yeah, I do. Well, let's try it then. And in the meantime, continue to market, continue to do all your other things. But my goal is to get you busy enough, okay, and making more money with me than you are on your own. And then it was an easy transition to make that happen, right? Just took on another acquisition guy. Same thing with him. He was doing some of his own marketing. marketing. Continue to do that, but you're going to make more money with us than you are on your own. He's already got 3 contracts in his first probably 8 days. Okay. So he's going to make more money than with us on a smaller percentage, but he's got to focus on one thing, and that's getting contracts. He hasn't got to focus on lead gen, VAs, marketing, how to move the deal. He hasn't got to do any of that. He's just going to focus, and by focus can get more deals done, right? But this, again, when I talk and create an opportunity, then you have to deliver on it, and that's the key, all right? So hopefully this helps. I'm going to keep it, again, short and sweet here, but let me know. Make sure you like and subscribe. Okay, drop me a comment if you want to... If you whatever you think about this episode, all right, anything you need, drop a comment. I'll answer anything that I can, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, guys. So remember, go and find opportunities and then make them happen. Have a good day. Bye-bye.